Well, hello everyone. Happy Eve of New Year's Eve. Jen Neesett here, one half of Team Neesett, and I have an important message to share with you all as we begin preparing maybe for a new year. That time where we set New Year's resolutions, we set some goals for the next year. I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I am reading in my book, Perfectly Yourself. If you're logging on, please say hi. I see my sister Sharon is watching. We're going to talk about what you can do to break the cycle of defeat that many of us find ourselves in when it comes to this time of year. Hi, Doug. The message that I shared at the beginning of this post is, you know what, you guys, diets don't fail. Exercise plans don't fail. Savings plans don't fail. People fail. We fail when we set our goals. And why do we do that? Why do we fall short? We set ourselves up. We set these big lofty goals, and then we focus on that instead of on the baby steps that we need to take to get ourselves there. We fail because we focus on the outcomes and not on the progress that we make as we move towards those goals. So what can you do? And again, for those of you that don't know or haven't been following me, I'm sharing this book that I got at Christmas Eve Mass from our church. It's by Matthew Kelly, and it's Perfectly Yourself. And I highly, highly recommend it. You know, personal development and working on your mindset is something we definitely do on a regular basis here. So what can you do if it's not the diet and it's not the exercise plan and it's not the savings plan or whatever it is? What can you do to break this cycle of defeat that we find ourselves in oftentimes this time of year? Well, you can acknowledge that you are imperfect. Hi, bud. I am coming to you from our Neesett family Christmas, so there's lots of little kiddos running around. You can acknowledge that you're imperfect. You can embrace the fact that you're imperfect. You gonna be on the video? Come on. You can work on being a better version of yourself, and this I found to be a very unique concept that in fact, I often have said it to my challengers, right? We're going to help each other be the best versions of ourselves possible. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to be the best version of yourself possible? Like, how do you know that you ever get there, right? We have friends logging on in the background. Make sure you say hi to the kiddos in the background. Hi, guys. This is what happens when you go live at your family gathering. So you can really, instead of working on being the best version of yourself possible, you can work on being a better version of yourself. Hi, Aunt Jay. Do you see your kiddos in the background? So be kind to yourself and focus on being better, a better version of yourself, not the best, but each and every day work on being better. And that is when you can be kind to yourself, that is when you will share in the personal growth that is going to be necessary to help get you to reach those goals. And then you can also realize that practice doesn't make perfect. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes progress. And that's another nice mindset shift that is helpful to help you overcome, you know, kind of the realization that, you know what, if it's not the diets that are failing, like, we are the ones that are failing. And so if that's the issue, we need to do some shifting in our mindset to get us to a better place so that we can reach those goals. So just again, to recap, to get over the fact that we are the problem, you can acknowledge that you are not perfect. You can work on being better and not the best, and you can realize that practice makes progress. So here's the next piece that I want to touch on tonight. You know, we all have those areas of our life. Some people struggle with nutrition. Some people struggle with alcohol. Some people struggle with gambling or other versions of addiction. There's all different vices that we have in our life, right? You know, pick your poison. We all have that. So when we have those areas in our life and we know we have failed on them or in them in the past, then the mountain seems too big to climb. And we realize, you know, we failed before, so what is going to be different this time and what makes us think that we can do better this time? And then our self-esteem has just suffered a crazy blow. And then instead of focusing or embracing on that imperfect you, it stops you from being able to embrace that imperfection and failure and allow you to move forward. It paralyzes you. And here's the big problem with this. Some people have a vice that is life-threatening, right? Some people will have a heart attack, and that is what puts them in the hospital, and their doctor says you need to stop, eating poorly and you need to stop smoking. Some people have a problem with drugs and they have a near-death experience, and it is their wake-up call. So sometimes there is a problem in our life, our vice, that is life-threatening, and we must change. But the problem is for most of us, and I've heard this, I hear it a lot, the people don't change. People will not change until the pain of not changing is greater than the pain of change, right? Because pain is hard. And so people will stay where they are, as uncomfortable as they are, until they're more uncomfortable than they would be if they just would make the changes they need to make. And so therein lies the problem. So what can we do? If you don't need a major life event to put you on the better path in your life, what can you do? You can focus on the process. We have lots of people making appearances on Facebook Live. I should have made a family announcement that I was going to do this. I love it, you guys. Thank you so much. I see lots of my family, even in the house, joining. So if you don't have a major life event, what can you do? And that is the theme of this message, is you need to focus on the progress. Focus on the process. It's important to set goals, and I shared on my page the other day what makes up a good goal, and you have to set the goal. But the problem is what often paralyzes us is we don't focus on the process that we're making. We're too hard on ourselves. We're not kind to ourselves, and that is why we fail the plan and the program. So focus on the process, embrace your failures, realize that the most successful people in the world failed thousands of times before they were successful. Kind of the example he gives in the book is for Major League Baseball players. If you have a batting average that lets you hit the ball 35% of the time, you're considered a baseball player, right? And so, and Thomas Edison tried 10,000 times to get a light bulb to light before he was successful. If failure would have stopped him, look where the world would be. And there's so many successful people in our history that is true. And so embrace the failure, embrace the shortcomings, focus on the process, fall in love with the process, set the goal, fall in love with the process, and then you'll be on your way to hitting those New Year's resolutions. And I want to end you with these 3 truths that it is important for us to believe each and every day, so that it will help us reach those goals and work on ourselves. Other people before you have successfully overcome the obstacles you face. Seek them out and draw strength from their stories and example. Get help with what you need. There is somebody that has overcome what it is you need to do. All of your past failures leave you better equipped than ever before to succeed at your next attempt. And number 3, it will never be easier to break the pattern of defeat than it is right now. So start now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, if you found this valuable, will you please send me a message, share this with your friends, have a happy new year, be kind to yourself, set those goals, and enjoy the process. Thank you guys.